Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tyler, and this is Everyday EDC. Today, we have a very special Spyderco Sunday review for you. This is the Spyderco Smock. Cue some cool music. So the Spyderco Smock, let's just kind of, get into our usual talks and then we'll go from there. So the Spyderco Smock is a compression lock, and we'll get into that, but it is actuated by a button, which Spyderco needs to take note of this and do this more often, because this design is amazing. Absolutely fantastic. We have a CPM S30 blade with a Wharncliffe style with a very deep hollow grind. So I haven't measured these yet, but I'm sure this is going to come to a very narrow behind the edge thickness here. We have a pocket clip that's not ambidextrous, and I'm sure we could probably upgrade this pocket clip. I haven't yet done it. I'm not sure if this is a forever knife or not. We'll get into that. But this is ambidextrous, so we can use it on both sides. We got these holes here just for a design. This is a G10 with a carbon fiber laminate on it. So it's not straight up carbon fiber, but it has a very, very nice feel. It doesn't feel like a cheap laminate. Maybe it's due to the texturing that is on the blade or on the scales. I'm not sure, but the pivot is a T8 and the body screws are T6 along with the pocket clip screws. And now that I'm looking at them, I might be wrong because they don't look the same size. So we're just going to check it. So here's a T8. T8 doesn't fit there. What do we have in here? A T6? That is deceiving. So they look both to be T6. This is a T8. Oh my gosh. The fidget factor on this is just amazing. You can spidey flick it, you can pointer flick it, see if I can ring finger flick it just to do it. Never done this before. Nope, can't do that. But you can thumb flip it, you can slow roll it, spidey drop it. You can use the compression lock to open it up. And I'm not good at that yet. There's a double detent system in there that I need to take out to really open up how fidgety this knife actually is. Absolutely. First and foremost, this thing is actually really, really gorgeous. It's a freaking gorgeous looking knife. It is different, and I talked about in a previous video how Spydercos all take the same design language. Well, this doesn't. Kevin Smock designed this rather than the Glesser family. They didn't design this. This is a Kevin Smock design. So it takes a totally different form and design language than every other Spyderco, really. This is designed in Taichung, Taiwan, so those of us that actually care if we're buying American-made products or something of that nature, just take that as a note. And let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything off the top, because this is a very important one. I don't usually go off of notes. I usually study before, and then I just go. This one I'm going off of a couple notes. The last thing is this is based on Kevin Smock's SK3 design. Insert picture here. What I'll do is I'll put an overlay where you can see the original design. And then you'll be able to see the Smock, and you'll be able to see why the design language is very, very similar. So the fidget, I'm going on and on about the fidget factor of this knife, but those of us that have held a Smock know why. The fidget factor is the primary thing about this knife that makes it so just damn awesome. But on top of it, the ergonomics are not awful. They're not a typical Spyderco. I would give the Para 3s, the Manixes, the Shamans, those are all better for ergonomics. But this Wharncliffe blade is designed to work. It has a perfect shape that it's just a working knife. So fidget factor is number 1, looks are number 2, and ergonomics maybe number 3 if you were to kind of do an overall quick grading of these. Yep, there goes the scale. Let's see here. All right, let's get you guys some specs. So the Smock is coming in at 3.7 ounces. Not too bad. is below the 4 ounce mark. That's kind of what people always say, that there's like a blade length to handle, blade length to handle ratio, blade length to weight ratio. Realistically, you guys care if it's under 4 ounces, or some of us actually like it above 4 ounces, right? Stop being snobs. Jeez. Pot calling the kettle black there, ain't it? All right, so this is just about an 8-inch long knife with a blade length coming in at I would call it just under 3.5. Actual cutting edge of this, because of that large, weird shaped finger choil, is just at 3 inches. All right, this is where this is going to get fun. Let's check this. Zoop. So the overall blade stock thickness is coming in at 120 thousandths. All right, you'd think I'd know how to say that right off the top of my head after doing this for so long. But to put that into perspective, let's check the behind the edge thickness is coming in at 20 thousandths due to that hollow grind. Now that may not seem like much because of the 120 thousandths blade stock thickness start, but remember, it's not coming down very quickly. Like, it's not like your typical Spyderco. Like, here's the PM2. It's not coming down as a full flat grind where you have the whole blade face to do it. This bevel starts right here before it gets to the primary. Ah, man. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous knife. And this was going to be a catch and release for me. And this is why I'm becoming a Spyderco guy. I love this thing. It's out of the ordinary for Spyderco, but they did so many things so awesome with it. We're not going to measure the pocket clip thickness. Whatever. This is coming in at 0.45 inches thick in your pocket, so that's going to be pretty good. The average is coming in at about 0.5. The contoured blades are coming in at about 0.6 to 0.65. And the overall height of this knife is coming in at 1.15. Put that into perspective, the PM2 is coming in at 1.6, and the Manix 2 is coming in at a 1.74. PM3 is coming in at just about 1.66. All right, let's get you guys some size comparisons. We're going to start from the bottom, and now we're here. That's what we're going to do. Start from the bottom, now we're here. Such an annoying song. Oh my goodness. That song's awful. But it's so catchy. Start up on the bottom, now we're here. Alright, so here's the Rat Model 1 and the Rat Model 2. As you can see, it's right in the middle of those two. Coming in at right about 8 inches, where the Rat Model 1, I think, if I remember right, it's 8 1/4, plus or minus. So, it's right in the middle there. It's a very good sized all-around knife, in my opinion. It fits the average, maybe slightly above average size criteria. So here is your feldspar and your mini feldspar. As you can see, it's just about the same length as the feldspar. Maybe slightly shorter, but it's not significant at all. Zoop, zoop. Here's your Civivi Odium and your Civivi Dogma. Gorgeous. She's gorgeous. As you can see, it's slightly longer than the Dogma, much larger than the Odium. I almost hesitated doing a video today. I can't freaking speak, apparently. Here is your PM3. And your Spyderco PM2. So if you take a look at this, the PM2 is a little bit longer. Maybe, let's see if it's deceiving or not. Are you deceiving us? No, it's not deceiving us. It's maybe 1/10 to 1/5 of an inch longer than the Smock, and much longer than the PM3. Okay, so here's the fun part. So what are my overall thoughts of the Spyderco Smock? First and foremost, what do I like? I like the aesthetics. I think the aesthetics, once again, if I were to do a ranking system, because of the uniqueness, and it is a much better looking Spyderco than the PM3, and, maybe I digress, just to show off a little bit. Hey, baby, how you doing? Here's the Spyderco Shaman. As you can see, the Shaman's slightly larger than the Spyderco Smock. I just kind of wanted to show off the Shaman. So, aesthetics-wise, that's why I got out the PMs in the first place. The PMs are ugly, right? Aesthetically, anyways. Like we said, they got a great personality. Well, this thing's got a great personality, and it is not ugly. If I had to grade it, like I said, I like it. I would probably give the aesthetics a B+ to an A-. I think this is really cool looking. The blade shape. Oof. Other than the fidget factor, this blade shape is absolutely fantastic. Perfect working Wharncliffe style blade. They call it a Wharncliffe sheep's foot. You know, I don't know. It's Wharncliffes are more straight. I would call this more of a modified sheep's foot. You know, it's supposedly a Wharncliffe on the site, but you know, tomato, it doesn't matter. Fantastic working blade. Comes down to a real thin edge that makes sense. It's not that Civivi edge like the Dogma. Where we at? Not that you guys can probably tell. The Dogma comes down to a stupid fine edge. Check the tips. Just the tip. As you can see, the tip is not too bad. You probably can break it off, but it's nowhere near like Dogma tip, right? The reason I brought that up is because Civivis have these really awesome hollow grinds that bring it down to that 15 thousandths behind the edge. You don't need that. This is coming down to a 20 thousandths, and I feel like I can use this. This is like an office carry knife or, you know, a working knife. It has the classy look, but it also has the functional blade. I mean, this thing's... whew. So, the blade is getting an A to an A+. I freaking love this blade. The ergonomics. This is where it loses a couple points. The ergonomics aren't bad, right? But when you say Spyderco, what is Spyderco synonymous with? Wow. Just wow. Ugh. You know, and that's Spyderco's thing. They're so ergonomic that it's stupid, but they also lack in aesthetics. So this picked up a little bit in aesthetics, lost a little bit in ergonomics. It's not bad. But am I going to do stupid heavy cutting with this? No. But how many of us actually do stupid heavy cutting? Now, heavy cutting, I'm not saying you're cutting down cardboard, because I can break down cardboard with this, and I feel comfortable. I don't think it's going to be an issue. But, you know, take it for what you will. But this finger choil here is just kind of goofy. I appreciate... it's almost like they tried to stick with the 50-50 finger choil, and they were like, let's just, you know, but... So the ergonomics, you know, I'll rate it as a B. It's probably the weakest point of this knife, and actually, it's not bad either. Like, it's still stronger than something, say, let's grab one more. Like, all right, so the feldspar feels good, right? The Smock honestly feels better, and once I slap some contoured scales on this son of a gun, if I decide to keep it, it's going to feel amazing. So, even though I'm knocking the ergonomics, it's not really a knock. They're really good. It's just they're not great. So, the king of this blade, though, right here. And I'm doing it sideways, so let's see. I'm not trying to show off, guys. I want to show off the Smock, right? You guys just saw all the different opening methods that we were able to do. Just amazing. Amazing fidget factor. There's not a single knife out there that I would prefer to fidget with over this knife. You know, the PM3, I actually really like fidgeting with this. The Shaman, once it breaks in, I can't wait. The Benchmade Super Freak is, oh goodness, it's fabulous, right? But this thing really is the best. I don't know that there's a knife in the market right now that can fidget like this thing fidgets. And the one thing I can't do with this, really, which I just did, is the compression lock opening, right? So, fidget factor of this, A+, 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 blade, A. Aesthetics, you're getting a B+ to an A- to an A. You know, the ergonomics, you're getting a B to a B+. It's just a fantastic knife. The blade steel, CPM S30. Not a bad blade steel. Do you have to worry about a little bit of chipping here and there? Maybe, and I only say that because I'm comparing it to the S35s, the S45s, those types of steels. But CPM S30, you know, is fantastic. It's for the $100 to $160 price point, it's probably the best, other than the cheap S35s that are out there. That being said, this is a $175 knife. On Blade HQ, $175. But if you were to go to White Mountain Knives and use anybody's promo code, you can use mine. I'll plug it right there. We don't get any benefit from using it. It's just something we want to do so you guys can use it. 10% off. So you take $17 off basically, right? Put you right in that price point for the CPM S30V to make sense. Didn't mention the lanyard hole, and it does have a lanyard tube, so that might be a pain in the ass in the future, but I don't foresee it being an issue. And yeah, guys, is this a permanent knife for me? I don't know, but I'm leaning towards it. I went into this whole sale of knives. I didn't even consider this guy. Didn't consider it once. I think it's fantastic. I'm kind of addicted to it. Obviously, I have shaman fever right now, and I really want to break this in and get this to that point. But the Smock probably has a forever home with me, honestly. Unless I change the blade. The only thing that would ever get me to sell either of these two knives is to upgrade the blade steel. That's it. And I've already apparently made my decision on the Smock just now that I'm not selling it. Boom. Well, that's all I got for you guys. This is a Spyderco Smock on Spyderco Sunday. Spyderco Saturday was yesterday. We did a Spyderco video. Spyderco Sunday is today. Is that every Saturday and Sunday? Probably not. But for some reason, after Thanksgiving, it's Spyderco weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Spyderco Smock. $175 CPM S30V Wharncliffe blade, carbon fiber laminate G10 button compression lock, which Spyderco needs to do. It's a front flipper. You can side flip it. You can do all these different things. It is not a deep carry, but I'm sure you can get that. But it is ambidextrous. This thing is fantastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. If you guys didn't know already, it's awesome. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. Spyderco Smock. Spyderco Sunday. Have a great freaking day, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. That was aggressive. Take two. Jeez. If you guys haven't subscribed yet and you're watching this channel, you love what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Have a good day.